rocked by budget cuts, state universities are enrolling more out-of-state and international students, and a lot of them are coming from China. Cali Carlin has been looking at the trend and getting a sense of who's getting squeezed. And Cali, what have you found?
Well, Scarlett, the University of San Diego in California accepted 1,500 fewer Californian students this year in favor of out-of-state students. So why would the Golden State sell out its own tax-paying citizens? Well, as is often the case, it all goes back to money. Non-residents pay almost double in tuition. At UCSD, for example, it's $23,000 versus $13,000 for California residents. Meanwhile, the university argues it has no other choice since the state of California has sliced its funding by a quarter since 2008. Administrators say the state is no longer a reliable source of funding. And in the midst of all this, it appears that the high-achieving Asian Americans are getting squeezed. Take a look at UCSD's freshman class. For example, the number of students from mainland China jumped by 12 times in 2 years, while the number of Asian American Californians fell by about 30% during that same period. And it's not just the UCs going through this trend of accepting more out-of-state students. At Michigan State University, non-resident admissions now account for a quarter of undergraduates, with Chinese undergrad enrollment there soaring 23 times in the last 5 years. In fact, nationwide, 1 in 5 international students is now from China, and that number has nearly doubled in just 1 year thanks to China's burgeoning middle class. Plus, about a dozen U.S. colleges are capitalizing on this demand by opening campuses in China. Meanwhile, China has spent millions of dollars to establish institutes for Chinese language and culture at 75 American schools. Scarlett.
Callie, it's a good thing I graduated from college years ago, because I would never be able to get into college now, given all this.
It's incredibly competitive.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing us that story. Cali Carlin on how state universities are cutting back on in-state acceptances.